thought I'd do a video on the structure of government. Government is supposed to be a body that represents us as a whole. What is our culture? What do we mean? What do we stand for? And there's going to be, a group of people that's going to represent us. So what is it that we want? We want our houses, we want our cars, we want to be able to earn a living, we want to earn money to buy our stuff. So we complain to our governments, I'm not making enough money. There are no jobs out there. So government wants you to be able to feed yourself. They want you to be able to afford to pay your rent and pay your mortgages, and they're listening to you. You're putting in your complaints to the government, and you want your government to be able to make you have a higher income. So all of these guys that are representing us, they go into political science, they go into sociology, they go into law, they go into economics, and they try to figure out how to give you what it is you want. Now they know that if they create more jobs, then that will give you the job that you want. So who are they going to cater to? They're going to cater to the corporate world, because when you start a business, if you were a guy that's got this really great idea that will put everybody to work, government will listen to you. Government wants to support you, because as long as you can put a lot of people to work and everybody wants to work to earn money so they can buy their stuff, then government's going to help out that guy that's going to start a business that puts everybody to work, because that's what you want. Now that guy that's starting a business, he's after making some money so that he can afford his house, and all of our businesses, all of our sociology, everything that we believe about what is successful is the fact that you're making money. So the guy that's going to start the business, he's the guy with the big idea, and he should get paid for the big idea. He should get paid because he put the investment and the idea together that puts everybody to work. So he should be making more money than everybody else. So he gives himself a higher paycheck, because we all agree that if you got the good idea, if you're the one doing, putting everybody to work, you should be earning money for that. So that's why they give themselves a higher paycheck. Then we want tax write-offs. We want to be able to afford to do all of this stuff. So you put more money in your pocket. You are, socially more acceptable. Because this is our sociology. We agree that the guy that's smart is the guy that's making the most money. So we all support that belief. We all know that it costs money to be able to start something, so you have to have a tax write-off. We all know that you're going to make more money if you form a corporation. So that's how our corporations get started. Now, these corporations constantly want to make more and more money, just like the guy at the bottom wants to make more and more money. So, but, in order for him to make more and more money, he has to have laws and a support system that gives him everything he wants. So what does the guy in the corporate world do? Well, doesn't believe, in government. You can influence government if you be the government. So that's where the corporate world, then hires somebody to be the politician. Maybe not directly, but indirectly, but they fund their politicians. They support financially their politician, to say, support me, make a law that gives me what it is I want, because I'm the corporation and I'm the one that's feeding everybody. I'm the one that's giving everybody their jobs. I'm the one that's giving everybody what it is they want, and they want their stuff. So you gotta, give me a free pass to do whatever it is that I want to do. I want to make a product. I should be able to earn a living making my product. I need to have the rights to be able to do that. So I create a law that gives me a copyright or a patent on something that I can make a profit on. Okay, so I need to make those laws happen. So I need to hire somebody to give me what it is I want, because money's the one way that makes everything happen. So he'll pay somebody in, the FDA, or anything that's approving drugs or whatever. It's not about whether it's healthy or not. It's a matter of getting your guy in that decision making process to work for you, because our sociology says that's the way to do things. Look at any politician. Every single politician has not been successful in what it is they want to be successful, and they know very well that it's government that's preventing them from being successful, so they end up getting in politics. Because once you're in politics, then you start, hobnobbing with the other people. You make connections with other people that can support you doing what it is you want. I was living in this small town, and there was this guy that had a film company, wasn't getting any business, very, very small town, and kind of noticed that, hey, if I was in politics, then, I could get the contracts that I want. So he decided to get into politics and start running for office. And he thought that that's the way he's going to get, more business. Then you kind of notice that that's what everybody's doing is, if you can't make a go out of it, it's like get into politics, and then you'll make the connections. And what was his biggest complaint? Nobody was supporting him. Nobody was, giving him opportunity. And this guy was in film, and I kind of want to make films. So I went to this guy and said, well, will you support me? Will you help me do what it is I want? And it's like, he said no. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. You don't want to support me, yet you're complaining that nobody supported you. And it's like, he's turning into everything that he hated. He didn't like government because government wasn't supporting him, so he ended up being into government. And if I really wanted to do what I want to do, trust me, there are so many people that have been telling me, get into politics. It's like, yeah, then I'll turn into everything I hate. And we've got to recognize that government is representing us perfectly. We have to recognize what our sociology is all about. What is it that we believe as a society? What is it that we value? Because we're all after something for ourselves and not really focused on, is this really good for our communities? Is this supporting each other? If you want support, are you supporting anybody else? That is our biggest insanity. We want government to tell us what to do, but yet we don't want government telling us what to do. It's like, be your own government, be self-governing. If you see somebody's doing harm to you, then sort of question yourself, is there a way that I'm harming other people? Is what I want to do actually going to benefit every single person around me? Am I aware of anything that I'm doing that, is doing harm to another person? When you start being aware that what it is you do may be causing harm to other people, you need to start self-governing yourself. There is one guy that I was kind of listening to. He's one of those guys that, has now got all of the answers, and he's filming himself on, on YouTube. And one of the conversations I've had with this really, really intelligent guy is, he was driving impaired, but he says, hell, I've never been in an accident. I know what I'm doing when I'm drinking and driving. So, if anybody charges me just because I'm impaired, that's like pre-crime. It's like you're You're charging me with a crime that hasn't taken place yet. Only charge me after I've killed somebody. Only charge me after I've done some harm to anybody else. Otherwise, it's pre-crime. And you're going to assume I'm a criminal because you're looking at my behaviors and making an assumption that it's going to harm somebody. And it's like, if you don't want government to control you, then control yourself. If you don't want to be charged with pre-crime, then maybe see that where you're going down could be a crime and doing harm to somebody else. It's like you got to have this awakening, this awareness of what it is you're doing to your society. What is it you choose to believe? What is it you choose to focus on? How are you supporting everybody else around you while you want support? Again, we're all friggin' insane. And I'll put myself in there. Don't worry about judging me. I know I'm insane just like everybody else. Just opening up the conversation to say, how do we pull ourselves out of this? Peace out.